Extreme Element Spot Running, emoji robot face.
Well, Coach, the calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville.
Let's see if we can bounce back from that loss.
A few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Down, 30 base. Hey, watch the lane. 26 Mike, 26 Mike.
Let's go, defenses, get out the field.
Hey, lock it.
Check 24, check 24.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Rush in, rush in, rush down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. The limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Out, out, out. Topper, topper. Ready, go. Check, go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
26 Mike.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's
job,
going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Only 2 on the screen pass there.
Good
It'll
job,
be 4th
guys.
down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
There we go.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. Let's go now. 18 Gator.
3 buzz.
You're out.
Kill.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Let's go.
5-2.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, Minshew. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
52. All right, T, let's hit it.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
Sets up 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away.
Come on, man. You can't be down there hitting like this, man.
Punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Hard.
Check 31. Tighten up. Slam.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Slam. Check.
Shoot.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Pilot, 64, weak. And ready.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8.
Bang, 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 bang.
Hey, Sue.
44. Mike, 44. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Fofo's the mic.
Come.
Fofo. Here we go.
Ready?
Operating from the gun, Herbert. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Hey, high 7.
44's the mic. 44's mic. Check, check.
Deep rip.
From the gun on third down, Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Yeah, what?
Marcel Darius flies in at 331 pounds for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Let's go, let's go.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready?
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Man, I just ran the wrong play.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Play that tight, D. Don't let him.
Hey, foxtrot.
52's the mic, boys. 52. Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs.
Hut. Say go.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Come on, set. 30 base. Hey, echo.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
Clear.
Here's Minshew. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Let's go, let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Minshew, 1st and 10. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Hey, exit. Hey.
Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. On the ball.
Five.
So 3rd and long. Here's Minshew. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. It's been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve.
Crashed at the end.
It could cost you a game or win you one.
I feel like we should have.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. And now a carry here for the fullback. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
You ain't going nowhere.
Ready.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Trying to lay one up deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tall.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
55, my guy, 55.
Now Minshew. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. With a quick slant, good for 8 and a first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now Leonard Fournette. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would... be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Ready.
Check, 55 to Mike. Target.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. Looking long for Westbrook. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things.
He's crashing. He's checking.
Get it.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 36.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. There goes a deep ball. End zone.
Oh, my God, bro.
Incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Dude, you
gotta
make
there,
that
but you
throw,
really have
bro.
to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
Check.
25. Ready.
Again, Minshew looking to throw. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete.
You gotta make a throw like that, man.
First down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. It'll be Minshew again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Minshew sets to throw, and he comes back with one complete. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Check. Check hot route. Hot.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Again, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And Lambeau will put this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
It's run, fellas, it's run.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the 3rd quarter?
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach and our EA Sports halftime report. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Again, it's Williams. 7 yards there and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
That's it, baby.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Come on,
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
52 fighter.
Check 52.
Hey, Alpha.
Check 52's the mic. All day, punk. You gonna
Go.
You got take.
Ready.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Danny Shelton. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
6-6, pull it high. Look at me, zipper.
And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot. Watch twins.
Greystone travel. Ready? Set, go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46.
Here we go.
They have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards.
And the Dolphin 1st down.
Here we go.
You had it, man.
Gator.
Let's go, let's go.
Right up.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Pass. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. With touchdown number 7 on the year. But the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
That's it, baby. We gon' work.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
The sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how you have to treat this drive.
Chilling.
Big time.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll run it with Williams. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun is Minshew. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
Hey, Haywood. No, check that. Check 52 right here. Get it.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. And he's taken down inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Hey, Delta. Go. 5.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Vic Beasley able to record his 5th sack of the season. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. On 2nd down, Minshew. And this is going to wind
How is that not a
complete.
flag?
The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Man, get the flip out of here,
Might
man.
be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
I got him. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Ready?
Now back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The kick by Lambeau is good, and they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s, and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things
This
there.
cat got everybody getting picked up, man. Get out of here, man.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Tight down. There you go.
Hey! But
It's me. 44 is to Mike. 44.
Topper!
Watch QB drop.
Now.
Check three.
And to give this time to the tailback. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great play there.
That's a ganky play in this
The
dog.
Dolphins are able to extend that
View.
advantage.
Man, that's a
And
ganky
that
play in
run
this dog.
massively increased his production in
style
this
of
game,
play.
and now
Can't-
he's over
can't.
100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up
It's
significantly,
skyrocketed.
right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
That's a very ganky play, boy.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. They'll set up to throw.
Man, that right there, bro. That right there, man. See, that's what I think.
He's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And he don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership.
That's pass interference all day long,
not
man.
taking himself out of a ball game that appears.
Come on, bro. Oh my God, man.
They're already
that's so bogus, man.
They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, Sue. Mike 52, Mike 52. Hey, here we go. Let's go.
On 4th down, Minshew. And Jennings has it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Minshew, 1st and 10. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Trying to defend the out route there. Got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times you just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Minshew, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, exit.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And the pressure gets to him again. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just
4-3 or 4-4 stops that run play.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. And he's
I mean, to me, man, it's so ganky right here, man. You can't see these blitzes coming around the edge, man. That type of shit, man. Oh, bro. Those type of old janky blitzes like that, and this shit here, man, you can't see it, so you can't even be ready for it. You can't even tell what defense they in, so you don't even know what's coming at you until you call hike. That's ganky right there, man. God, this is some bullshit.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Watch tight end. Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Deep rip, deep rip.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hey, wahoo. Come. Step.
From the gun, Herbert. And he's got his man on the out route. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
From the gun on 3rd down, Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take and go.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
94.
Here's Minshew. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw.
Go. Go.
Go, go.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Cut.
Eat.
Now Minshew. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 37-yard line. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
52's the mic, boys. 52.
Mike.
I got you. Man, I got you. New Mike 52. Mike 52.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we
go.
Here we go.
And here's motion again. And that's going to be 2 in a row.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So that'll back him up 5.
Ready.
Right here, over there.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Win championships, baby. Mike 52. Mike 52. Who that? Who that? No.
Shut.
Check that. We got Mike 50. Right here. Mike 52.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 41 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Tight end's right. We got 4.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. On 2nd and goal, Minshew toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw here. This will be caught at about the 5. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
Ready.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Possibly they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Double dog. That's the way.
Now.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Hey, Delta.
Check.
No. Go.
Operating from the gun. Herbert.
Good play.
Wide open receiver complete.
Good play.
And got
I could not play.
Down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
I forgot to change your route, boy.
So the big play moves him all the way across the field to the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down.
That's me.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I think they might have something in this young rookie quarterback because he certainly looked the part.
I have to ask you a question. Are you thinking similar to what I'm thinking? That these rookie quarterbacks, they come in more prepared than ever before?
Year after year, they just seem more comfortable from day one.
I think you start really young now. These quarterback coaches, they play against a better competition. They go to camps across the country. Then they play big-time games in college. So when they get to the NFL, it's not quite the same, how would you say it, pressure that they felt in years past. And these kids just go out and perform.
And keep in mind, he led them to a road victory here, even more impressive.
It's just trash.
So for the Dolphins, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gauton. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.